Okay. Iman Gadzhi and Hamza, two people who have been extremely influential on my life. It's not a great way to start the video. Who've not only just taught me how to actually live my life, but they showed me how I was living. And I'll go for a very quick run through of what my life as a 17-year-old was. It was a lot of alcohol, a lot of weed, and a lot of parties, pretty much every single weekend. And that was when I was in college. And yes, at the time, I loved it. Because, I mean, it's a way to relax from, like, college. I viewed college as such a major stress on my life. I don't think people really understand how stressful it is. You're not taught to learn, you're taught to pass an exam. And those exams are bloody terrifying. So I turned to a lot of alcohol, weed to sort of relax myself. That was the kind of life I was living for a good year. That is not a healthy way to live. And it was only, I'm a typical college dropout student who works in a restaurant. That doesn't sound like a great life. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of dark. It was only until a few months ago, less than that even, I started watching Iman Gadzhi and Hamza and listening to the digital renaissance and all of this. And that's when I realised that that's when Hamza straight up told me that I am living an unhappy life. Which is understandable. Where I am right now, I shouldn't be satisfied with myself. I'm doing nothing that I'm supposed to be doing. Even throughout my whole life, I've never done this. Even when I was at my A-levels, super important exams, I wouldn't revise until the day they came, the morning. And I would only spend around 5-10 minutes, and then I'd be like, this is too difficult. I'm just going to wing it, see how it goes. And then I tend to cram revise right as I'm literally entering the doors to my exam hall. And I'm sure hundreds of thousands of other teenagers can relate to this. Obviously, that's a lot of people. I'm talking to a big-ass audience, but a lot of people can relate to this. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This is leading to my life being unhappy. Hamza and Iman Gadzhi showed this to me. And not only that, they taught me how to actually change, how to take back control. And I'm going to basically go through what I have started doing in my life. I'm going to share it with you all now. I think the first major thing, and I think this is the biggest part that's actually really properly made a big impact, is working out. I was a typical scrawny kid, never worked out before. I mean, never really took pride in how I looked. I mean, as you can see, I just got my hair tidied up. I mean, I'm now starting to work out. And I have to say, it's a big difference. I love taking pride in how I look. Even though I've only been working out for 2-3 weeks now. I mean, seeing the small, tiny progress that I'm making in those weeks and in a month's time, well, I mean, bro, it will be amazing. That month is going to pass over anyway. I'm so happy with the progress that I'm making now. Because it's more than I've ever done, and I'm doing this with an injured leg. Working out has not only actually physically strengthened my body, it's also strengthened my mind. This is a saying that I personally love. A strong mind requires a strong body. You build up your mind will want to make healthier decisions, will seek out a stronger body. It's like the yin and yang. They go together. And I notice it because when I start working out, I take a massive amount of pride in what I've done. I feel good. Really, really fucking good. Which never I would have done before. I always viewed as working out takes too long. It's it's a lot of effort for a month. That month is going to pass anyway. You've either done it or you haven't. And once I realised that, I just said, fuck it. We're buying a bunch of gym equipment. Yes, it costs me a lot, but it's good in the long run. It's amazing in the long run. because I'm happy. And personally, if I had to spend a lot of money at one point, and now I'm more happy than I've ever been, I would take that sacrifice. I think I ranted a bit too long on this sort of section. This is a big part of my life. Working out, it's a very big factor for me. And for you, it could be any one of these that dramatically change your life. And the second one is reading. I've always loved reading as a kid, but I always loved reading bullshit. Like, I read absolute crap. And stuff that was basically just not real. Once I realised that the choice in what you read is important, I started choosing things that actually help. Stuff that is going to help me make more money, stuff that helps me view life differently. One of the books, I've mentioned it before, one of my books I'm reading now is Wabi Sabi by Beth Kempton, and it's basically Japanese history. This is something that's just open. It's something so nice to read. It's just so nice to read because it's something different. And not only that, it's something that's beneficial to my mind. It's not fucking bullshit. It's real. It's real life. And this is something that I've taken in consideration with sort of like meditation. I have a video on that, which I'll put in the link below, and also at the end credits. And then what is it? Then third one, early nights. Early nights are very important. Most people say, oh, it's productive to get up at 5, 4, 3, 6 in the morning. No, it's not. I know this is completely different to what most people say, which is why it's probably going to be viewed as very controversial, but it's not. You know what's productive? Going to bed early. Going to bed early is productive as fuck. That is really helpful, because no one does it. I asked people around me, not just my friends who are teenagers, my boss, he was much older than I am, who goes to bed at 2 in the morning. And that's normal for him. And I'm sat here thinking, what the fuck? 2? Dude, you're waking up at 8. That's 6 hours of you in bed. You're probably not asleep that whole time either, so you're probably getting 4 hours of sleep. And he views it as normal. And this is the same for my friends as well, who I don't see much anymore, but all my people that I knew in college, same story for them and me. I was going to bed at 2. I remember a few months ago I was doing this, and I viewed it as normal. It's not productive to wake up early, it's productive to go to bed early. That is important. Because planning for the next day after, having a good night's rest, preparing that you're going for a long sleep, it's going to rest your body, you'll have an amazing day later. And it makes sense, because when you have a shit sleep, you have a shit day. Makes sense, you're tired all day. So you have a good sleep, surely the opposite will happen, and it does. So that kind of makes sense. The fourth thing, eating healthy. Eating healthy is important. Most people have the typical 3 meals a day. Might have cereal in the morning, a decent lunch, and dinner with family. That's important. I'm not saying, oh, you need to change those to be only cabbage or vegetables. No. You're eating healthy already as it is. You need 3 main meals. That's important. Maybe cut out cereal in the morning. That's a lot of sugar in the morning that your body shouldn't really have. Maybe a smoothie, but I'll get into that at another video. What I'm talking about when I say eating healthy is cutting out the binge snacks, the shitty snacks that you don't need. Crisps, Pringles. I had a friend who had Dominoes, a personal Dominoes, a really small slice that cost you £9. Dominoes for a snack. That's a whole ass meal, and they were viewing it as a snack. I kind of looked at that and I kind of thought, oh my god, I am doing the same thing. I was doing the same thing. Not long ago, I would have ordered a Domino's at later evening just because I'm watching something. Say I'm watching Netflix or something, or just an anime or anything. And I'm not even hungry, but then I have a desire, an urge to eat. I have nothing in the house, so I'd order a Domino's just to eat as I watch something. And I wasn't hungry. I was addicted. I was in a habit, in a routine of eating when I watch something. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are in the same habit. I'm still in that habit. I find it difficult to break. I am cutting out a lot of the shitty snacks that I don't need, replacing it with other stuff. Like, I drink a naked smoothie as I watch something. That's way more healthy. And it's still fueling my habit. I just changed it to a healthy habit. So I think that is one big, important factor. Eat healthy, not with your main meals. Just don't eat so much bullshit. Sorry, I'm cursing a lot on this. This isn't for, your 4-year-old kid. Don't show this to your kid. Don't show this video to your kid. The cursing isn't a good influence. And that's another... This isn't really one of the habits, but kids around this world are now exposed to internet at such a young age. There are 11-year-olds with Pornhub addictions. That is so screwed up. That's really screwed up. That'll be a whole another video though. The fifth thing that I learned from Iman Gadzhi and Hamza is extend my timeline. I was such a rush to do everything in life. Man, I'm 17. I'm young. I'm gifted with time. I should use that time. If I want this channel to grow to 1 million subscribers, also subscribe and put the bell notifications. Sorry, but if I want this thing to grow to 1 million subscribers, at first, when I was making my first few videos, I wanted to happen within the next week. Why am I in such a rush? I have years on... this might grow to 1 million subscribers in 2 years, which is not a long time in the long run. I'm young. I need to extend my horizon, my view, and my timeline. I need to stop rushing into things. And that's going to lead into my sixth point, and this was what I learned from Iman and Hamza, both of them, is walk with purpose. Hamza taught me walk with your shoulders back, with pride, and Iman taught me to walk with purpose. Feel proud in yourself when you walk, because so many people walk, and this was me as well, and it could be you too, is when I walked, I would look down at the ground. What? Shoulders hunched like this, straight up, just looking at the ground. And I found I couldn't take my eyes off the ground. And then I sort of realised, and I sat here and had a really good look at myself, and just thought, wait, what? Why am I not looking around? I'm walking to my friend's house. There's greenery, nature all around me, trees. The sky is blue. Look up. I didn't know why, I just didn't. And it's not attractive. For one thing. Hey, I'm a young 17-year-old kid. I'm a horny fucker, right? I want to look attractive. So walking back with my shoulders proud and taking pride in my step, it's attractive. And the reason I know this is because I've seen other guys who dress well, who have a manicured beard, who walk with pride. And I look at them and I think, all right, I'm kind of jealous of that guy. He dresses well, definitely hits the gym, and he looks happy. And not only that, other girls are looking at him. They aren't looking at me, hunchback Sean, walking down like a gremlin looking at the ground. They're not looking at me, they're looking at him. Take pride in your step. Once I learned this, I felt really good about myself. Talking to random strangers on the street, which is viewed weird, people would look at me like, what are you doing? But then, by the end of it, I'd give them a smile on their face and on mine. That's an interaction a day. I'm probably never going to see that person again who I've just talked to, but they saw me, I saw them, we had a great conversation, and I only was able to do this once I start taking pride and purpose in my step. And this will lead to my seventh point, and some people might argue and be like, oh, but I don't know what my purpose in life is. I don't mean that when you walk. Just take pride when you walk. But also on my seventh point, yeah, I get what you mean. Purpose. I'm young. I have no idea what my purpose in life is. Focus on practicality, not on your purpose in life. I ain't got no clue what I want to do. I have no idea. Sorry, this is a longer video, by the way. But I have no idea. I'm young. What I would do now might change in 20 years. I might have different goals. I might have achieved my goals, different objectives, different views in life. Say I've grown my channel to a massive base of like a million subscribers who all have the same mindset, who want to improve. Men, young men like me, who want to change from a boy to a man, who want to improve. I might have a massive base and my goals might be completely different. And this is what I mean. Focus on practicality, not on your purpose. Don't focus on what I'm supposed to do in life. Get down to earth now. You may be working in a job right now that you don't really like, but it is working towards what you're going to do. Hey, one of my goals is to go to Japan and work there. And, one of my other goals is to grow this channel. And with the Japan, I'm working right now to become a professional bartender. That is a highly viewed job over there in Japan. But am I enjoying it where I'm doing it right now? No, the bar's shit. It's a tiny little square place. But I'm still having fun. You need to learn to take your actions based on practicality, on right now, not on what you want to do in life, because not many people know. And that's why I'm so pissed off at schools when they ask you, what do you want to do in life when you're like year 9, when you're 12, 13? They aren't going to have any idea. Mate, you're asking them the questions and you don't probably want to work here. So, yeah. And my last point, this has been a long ass video. Whoever's stayed and stuck to the end, love you all. My last point is be a gentleman. I learned this from Iman Gadzhi more specifically. Be a gentleman. It's just an example here, like you open the door for a lady. You drive them home. You pay the bill. We're focused on this point here as an example. You pay the bill. And I had a girlfriend about a year ago, more than that, I can't remember. And we sat in sort of like a fancy-ass restaurant, not really, but like decent, lovely food. And I got to the point when they showed us the bill and I was shitting myself. I was terrified because I couldn't afford it. She had to split the bill with me. Well, actually, no, I think she paid for it. And I paid her on an online transfer because I just didn't have my money on me. I just didn't have enough. How screwed up is that? I take a lady, my girlfriend, out on a date and she has to pay because I can't afford it. If you can't afford the bill, then that shouldn't be your focus. Get to work. The issue isn't your girlfriend. The issue is you. If you can't afford it, you need to get to work and find a way how to. You need to get to work and figure out how you can take her out on a date and pay the check without even looking at the check. Work now without looking at the clock so you can buy stuff in the future without looking at the price. Once I realised that my focus shouldn't be all on the woman, that I need to get down to it and work, so in the future that I could be more of a gentleman and pay the bill, that is what I should be focusing on. And that's difficult for someone my age because, this age is a very, hormonal time in my life. I'm not going to get into detail with that. That's just, no one wants to hear that. And you know what? Guess what? That girlfriend who had to pay my check, a few months later, she broke up with me. And I blamed her for it, even though she definitely was not in the wrong. I was just not a man. I was a pussy. You're probably a pussy if you're relating to this. And this probably sucks to hear, because when I was told it from people like Hamza and Iman, it hurt me. It sucked to hear it. And I was like, no, that's too hurtful. Then I got broken up with. And then I realised, okay, maybe they're right. So yeah. And the thing is, being a gentleman, what I've just said is probably going to be viewed as toxic masculinity. What? Being a gentleman is toxic now? 5 years ago, if you ask a woman what's a charming characteristic a man can have, and the chances are she'll say, being a gentleman. holding out the car door for me, paying the bill. Now, if I say, paying the bill, you've got to be more feminine. That ain't allowed. What are you doing? No, don't let other people tell you how to live your life. That is very ironic. I just realised what I said. But you know what I mean? Don't let a third party ruin your life. That's a better phrase of saying it. I mean, it's natural. If I go and put the work in. Sorry, my camera died on me. It was quite sad. It was very dramatic. But if I'll pick up where I was. If I have put in the effort and work to learn how to make money and how to be financially stable, and then I have a new girlfriend, I take her out and I want to pay the bill, and then I'm told, no, that's too toxic masculinity and all that kind of bullshit. What? I worked hard to be in a financially stable position so I can be a gentleman. So now I can focus on women, not focus on women now, distract me. And women don't mean to be distracting. It's just that most of us get distracted. That's just when it comes down to nature and biologically and how we are distracted by women. And I worked hard, and then I'm told, no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to be a gentleman because that's too masculine. You have to be more feminine. I mean, that just kind of all my hard work. You're just telling me no. Why? Because you view it to be different? Because your opinion is different? Shut the fuck up. No. Your opinion's a tiny bit different. Doesn't mean you have to change and tell me to be more feminine. So that's what I mean. Be a gentleman. This is probably going to be viewed as toxic masculinity, but trust me, don't let those people tell you how to live your life. Don't let those people ruin your life. Let people who are like Hamza, who are like Iman Gadzhi, like this channel, let people like this help you improve. We're just telling you what's helped our lives. But when it comes down to it, you are the only person who can fix your own life. You are the only person who can take control of your life. I can't tell you to do it. I can't tell you to stop being a Jeffrey. I can't. You got to. I can give you all the advice that I've been given and how I've managed to change my life and take control, but you are the only person who can put in the work and effort to do it yourself. However, listening to people like Iman Gadzhi and Hamza and how they help me live my life to the fullest, they can very much help you on your journey as well. Sorry for the long ass video. Whoever stuck to the end, love you all. There'll be a video over here, I think, or over here. I can't really remember. There'll be a video here that will help on my channel, and there will be some. If you like this video, there'll be a video like it in one of these corners. Do the best you can in your day. Love you all.